The chase began when the car was stolen in East Los Angeles shortly before 7 p.m. The suspect led California Highway Patrol officers across town to Santa Monica, where he got on the PCH. The California Highway Patrol quickly ruled out a pit maneuver in the chase, taking the children's safety into consideration. With a pit maneuver ruled out, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies deployed a spike strip, and the driver hit it.
Close on his tail. They are still pretty close, but he is picking up steam here, and unfortunately, well, it's unfortunate because he was traveling much slower. Again, we just want to see this end as safely as possible. Hopefully they could bring this to a peaceful resolution, but right now, that driver is now agitated, and he is definitely stepping on the gas pedal as he tries to evade these law enforcement officers.
Around a T-10 p.m., the chase ended in a major crash near Canaan-Doom Road when the suspect ran a red light and slammed into an unsuspecting driver making a left turn onto PCH, sparking a multi-vehicle crash.
Officers, LA County Sheriff with the knife. I'm sorry? Winding way. Copy that. Copy that. Copy that. All right. Oh no! Oh no! Right into cross traffic, and the driver loses control right into the hillside there at a major intersection. That's going to be Canaan-Doom Road, and the driver is now jumping out of the vehicle. There's two kids inside that vehicle. Okay. He's running. He's on the run. They're going to chase him up this embankment here. There are children inside that vehicle. We'll go back in just a second. Right now, we're going to stick with the driver. California Highway Patrol chasing the suspect up the embankment as he runs for his life here up the hillside on the west side into an apartment complex right along PCH at Canaan-Doom Road. A major crash there with cross traffic right along PCH at Canaan-Doom. The driver still running, barefoot, taking off a sweater and continuing to run through this apartment complex towards the beach. Oh, this is terrible. This is just terrible. He's continuing this foot pursuit here at Point Doom, through a field in Point Doom.
As soon as the vehicle stopped, the suspect took off on foot, running up an embankment and into a field. The suspect continued through wooded terrain, hopping through a few backyards and climbing over a barbed wire fence.
Scene at the end of Canaan-Doom Road at PCH, a violent crash, the vehicle losing control after crashing, oh no. Somebody is holding that child on the side of the road, at least one child now. I believe there were two. There was a report of children at the outset of this pursuit. To the best of our information, there were at least two kids, but we have a visual now of one child being tended to. No ambulance on site yet, on scene. It looks like perhaps an innocent bystander attending to that child who is moving around on the shoulder here. This is going to be the southbound side of PCH. The entire highway has now been shut down, and you can see there is somebody else, it looks like, inside. Oh, there's a sheet. Oh, God. Looks like the airbags were deployed in there. You've got one child in a red shirt being tended to by an innocent bystander there, or a Good Samaritan, I should say. And you have another vehicle, the vehicle that he crashed into, with an unknown number of occupants or injuries. So this is taking a disturbing turn here. We do not know the fate of the other child at this point. There is now a manhunt going on for the suspect who is hiding out in private property in Point Doom. A major crash scene here at the end of Canaan-Doom and PCH. They are anxiously awaiting more backup here. And, of course, LA County Fire Department on the way out here. We're going to come around here and get the best angle we can. But it looks like they're going to perhaps use the jaws of life here. It looks like there's a rescue that's about to take place here. There is a rescue operation in progress, perhaps to reach that child. You can see the jaws of life as they try and hold that door open. I'm not sure. Maybe they may try and cut the roof off here. Not sure. Maybe cut a belt out. I don't know what what they're dealing with inside that vehicle. This is just a heartbreaking scene. That child clearly in pain, holding on to somebody here as they wait for an ambulance. It's a baby seat. They just pulled a baby seat out of the rear of the vehicle. It looks like the boy along the side of the road may be the boy that was in the front seat, and now they've pulled a child seat out of the rear of this vehicle. Oh boy, this is tough to watch. It looks like where? Okay, there he is. There's the passenger. There's the passenger. Okay, so the passenger is actually now being escorted out of the vehicle. He is walking. He appears to be okay, and perhaps the child in the red shirt maybe was in the child seat, or perhaps there may be even more than two children. We don't know. Is there a baby in the seat, or is that seat empty, Rob? Do you know? Can you see if there's any? They would be tending to the baby. If there was a baby in there, they would have somebody. Is he talking to a child inside that baby seat? There is a child. There's 3 children here. There's a child, a toddler. There's a toddler in the child seat, and 2 other children being tended to. So they've now appeared to have rescued 3 children from this car. The child in the red shirt clearly in pain. They've escorted another child from the passenger seat. That's the child that we saw through the windshield. And now a toddler in that child seat that has now been freed from the rear of the vehicle. So 3 children now in the process of being rescued. Fire department on scene. California Highway Patrol with the entire highway shut down. PCH now shut down at Cane and Doom. And it appears, by all accounts, all 3 children are alive and breathing. A major crash scene here. There's another vehicle involved. We do not know how many occupants were inside of that vehicle or what the extent of the injuries were. The driver of this stolen vehicle, who does not know these children apparently, ran straight up that embankment into a field in Point Doom and has now disappeared in a neighborhood in Point Doom.
Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies took the shirtless and shoeless suspect into custody in a nearby Malibu neighborhood by 7:50 p.m.
I'm around these palm trees here, and we're about to get a glimpse of that suspect, who is now in handcuffs at Port Shed Road and Boniface Drive.